As the tribe emerges from the dark, wet jungle, the tribe knows not what it will see. Bing! Project KZ in my shitty-ass garage. Athena and Hercules, covered in miscellaneous items. A Kawasaki owner's manual that I found was buried away that I forgot that I even purchased, which is extremely helpful. Einstein the kitty. A little multimeter, some cleaned up plugs, and some dynacoils. What's happening, tribe? So Project KZ continues here in my shitty ass garage. Yes, I'm wearing my Garden Snake Wheelian tee by Jake. Thank you, Jake. Me and your shirt are gonna fix this bike today. Your shirt and I don't know. I don't know how to use them words very well, but I did learn a new word last night, and it's called ad nauseum, because I was researching this bike ad nauseum last night, which basically means a lot. And what I found was these coils. Okay, so this bike here doesn't have points anymore. It's got a Dyna 2 electronic coil system. So they got rid of the points. I didn't even know this. I thought they just had put these up here, but I pulled that cover and there's actually the Dyna, the other electronics. And what I found is that in these older bikes, these coils are on another they're on a circuit that shares a bunch of other electronics. And if we check this out here for a second, here's my little multimeter just kind of trickling away at something. I guess there's some charge in the air. But let me turn this key on. Okay, we've got the ground down here, and I'm just going to put this on the positive side of coil, the left coil. They're both the same, so I'll just do one. And as you can see, this thing's only getting 9.5 volts. And these coils need 12 volts. And what I found, ironically, is the same guy who I sent these carbs off to, which goes by the name of Wired George, in the KZ forums, because all he does is specialize in these carbs, is that a lot of people get the carbs back and then they experience fouling problems. And I hadn't experienced fouling problems before I sent him the carbs. So I sent him the carbs, he jetted them for the pods and that Kirker exhaust, which is a kind of common just bolt-on whatever that people do with these bikes. You know, you're not modding anything out, but you are giving it more air, and the jets are giving it more fuel. And I also have that Pingle high flow petcock. I don't know if that does anything, because I guess once the bowls are filled it doesn't matter, right? Anyhow, because of that, I think, coupled with the fact that these coils are running at like 9.5 volts, makes sense that they'd be fouling the plugs out. I feel like maybe the bike was perhaps misdiagnosed. I should have shown you guys these, but I already cleaned them up. I wire brushed them thanks to some of your suggestions in the comments on Facebook and YouTube. And all four of them were carbon fouled. They weren't wet or anything, they were just really carbon fouled. So right? That's unburnt fuel. It's a little too rich. And I don't think the richness is coming from the carbs being jetted improperly or the bike getting too much air. I think it seems like it might be that the coils it's not burning properly. Anyhow, I'm going to do this little mod, or I'm going to try to. I'm not an electrician by any means or really good with circuitry, but that guy Wired George has a pretty decent mod that allows you to put the coils on their own standalone circuit. So I'm going to go buy some stuff at the local hardware store, and let's see if I can get these things on a different circuit, because my goal is, if I can do that, and that's an inexpensive mod, if the bike runs for 20-30 miles and doesn't carbon foul the plugs, oh, Kalani would be a happy camper. Because a lot of you guys in the comments are saying, nah, I don't think it's the rings. And after watching a few rings, that Ryan, thank you Ryan, had sent me as to what bikes look like when the rings are bad. They're just constantly smoking, blue smoke, right? Brr. And it's not doing that. So it could still be the valve guide seals, and hopefully it's the seals and not the guides, but if it's just the seals, that's also relatively inexpensive. Anyways, let's see if we can get Project KZ a little closer to being a motovlogging motorcycle, because this old girl needs to come back, doesn't she? Okay, I'm going to go shave. I'll bring in the intro right now. While I bring in the intro, I'll go shave, and then we'll be back. I'm going to go get the stuff. Okay, bring in the intro. Bring it in. Oh, I gotta bring in the intro. Okay, so here's a little diagram of the new circuit that Wired George, the carburetor guy, created for these older bikes. That makes a little bit of sense to me, but where my brain works well is looking at images like this. So I guess that's the relay, and then you have a bunch of other wires that you connect. And here are the installation instructions. I'll post a link down below to this page if you guys want to read about his whole logic behind it. But here, this is me as well. Dyna S user. Now, if you're using a Dyna S ignition, there will be a positive wire coming up from the ignition located under the points cover. That will need to be connected to a power source. It's a red wire. This wire can be spliced into the hot wire Y from number 87 connector, fabricated in the last step. Solder Y and shrink wrap their ignition cables coming from electronic ignition pickup coils or points. These will not be modified. Okay, so blah 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 blah. And here is my parts list. So I'm gonna write all that stuff down, or just go on my phone and read it off that. And let's, I'm gonna give Napa Auto Parts a call right now up country and see if they have these parts real quick. Oh, what? Whoa, why isn't it going to Skype? Okay, I'm calling from Google. That's cool.
Thank you for calling Napa. This is Ginger.
Hey Ginger, can I see if you guys have a couple of parts in stock?
Sure.
Do you guys have standard automotive relays, the 4 or 5 pin style?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I guess that's super standard. Do you have a standard relay pigtail?
That I don't know.
Can you check to see if you have a standard relay pigtail? I guess that plugs right into the relay. Alright, we're en route to Napa Auto Parts upcountry. I called them after about 20 minutes of being on the phone. They have all the parts I need except for the heat shrink wrap at 3/16 of an inch, but I think I can get away without that. I think I might have some shrink wrap at home. I gotta double check, but that's no big deal. Actually, it kind of is a big deal because you have to have it on the wire before you solder it. Whatever. I'll just, yeah, I'll get a hold of some. Yeah, so we're en route. Let's go get some parts for this mod. This is the part of the video where we use slow motion and music to convey my sense of excitement at the prospect of getting the KZ back on the road. It goes a little something like this. Okay, that was fun. I don't know if that worked. But you guys want to know what's awesome? This is what's really awesome about this community. Hold on, let me safely pull the Super Nissan machine with broken AC over to the side of the road really quickly. What's awesome is when you go and check your post office box and one awesome tribe member sends you out of the blue a new starter switch for your WR. Because he's probably tired of seeing you push the ghetto button. but the problem is this item is not intended for children 12 and under. So I guess I can't use it. Hi, Yodi! Hi, Yodi! What? Call DOS?
I don't see DOS in your contacts. Should I look for locations by that name?
No, look for DOS.
Okay, I found this on the web for no look for DOS.
I want to look for DOS. I don't want to not look for DOS. Siri, come on. Call the DOS effect.
I don't know who your manager is. In fact, I don't
girl,
know who you are. But you can tell me.
What?
In Siri settings, tap on My Info, and then choose yourself from your contacts.
I don't want to call myself. I want to call DOS. He's not my manager either. Is he? Is DOS running the show? Call DOS. DOS.
I don't see DOS God in your contacts. Should I look for locations by that name?
DOS God? No, not DOS God, just DOS. Am I saying it wrong?
It's all a mystery to me.
It's a mystery to me too. Just call him, Siri. Why are you doing this to me? I just want to see if he has the carburetor vacuums. Oh, now you're ignoring me. Whatever. Siri, you are fired.
But...
Yeah, you're fired. Get out of here. Now that Siri's fired, I'm gonna have to go about this alone. Over there on our left, we have Napa Auto Parts. I'm gonna run in there and grab the parts that I need, and then, then we're out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this short little ride to Upcountry Maui. Hey, in the comments below, do you guys have Foodland where you live? Foodland? That's like our Safeway. We have Safeway too, but we also have Foodland. Guess what they sell? Oh, you just gotta love it when you do a little loop in the parking lot, and then this guy right here, right there, that guy, gives you the best spot in the house. Oh yeah. Oh, it feels so good. This parking lot just fits like a glove.
Isn't that right, Yodi? Is Yodi gonna help me fix the motorcycle?
Why, no, I'm not, Master. Whatever, Yodi, you're fired too. Yodi, you and Siri. Nixed, buddy.
I'm kidding, Master Yodi. You're not fired. You're never fired, because I love you too much. I love you too much. You're too much of a lover boy. You're too much of a lover boy.
Okay, Yodi, stay. Guard the Super Nissan machine. Okay, Master. Yeah, just hanging in the bathroom. Everybody likes hanging in the bathroom. Yeah, I'm so cool in the back.
Looks like I'm gonna be here forever.
Bing! And just like that, my wiring harness new relay is complete. Actually, this is the result of about 3 hours gone by. I took my sweet time double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking, and just doing everything very slowly because this is such an important electrical circuit. I wanted to make sure everything was solid. So let me walk you guys through what's happening here. So here's our standard 12 volt relay, and this is going to allow this plugs in right here to this standard 12 volt pigtail, and this is going to allow the coils to run on their own circuit, so they're drawing as much voltage from the power system as possible. Hopefully it's 12 volts after I hook this up. But so here we go. We got the blue one is ground. That's going to go to the right to the frame. Look at that connection. Soldered, braided wires, then soldered it, and then heat shrunk it. Labeled it ground. The second wire we have here is going to be our hot wire. This is our 12 volt that runs right up to our coils. And right here I threw this jumper in because this is what's going to plug into the existing Dyna controller thing that's behind that DOHC. I don't know the terminologies for where things are at, but the points were replaced by the electronic Dyna version. Dynatech. So this gets thrown in down here, and that's going to plug into the existing wire that runs right down into that bottom case, because that needs 12 volts. One of these will go to each coil, and these are 18 gauge wire. I don't know why they didn't want 12, but I'm guessing 18 gauge. I'm just going to listen to exactly what's going on with the instructions on it. Okay, then we've got our fuse here. This is our power that goes into the relay. And then it's going to come out here once the circuit is activated, when the key gets turned to on. So we got, look at this. Oh, I'm so proud of this right here. We got our little female hole there. Got our waterproofed heat shrink wrap with another layer of it here, just to really seal it and taper it down, because this didn't want to taper perfectly onto this wire. So that is just, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is watertight sealed. And you can't see, but with all these connections, I soldered, or I crimped them, and then I soldered right onto the little terminal end. So we're gonna get maximum energy flow here. So I got that on there. That goes to the pigtail. And then the last one here is the switch. This is the green wire, which turns on the, these are two males. They only asked you to plug in one, but since there's two male or female receptacles on the bike, I figured I'd just keep it clean. I kind of like having just a kind of redundancy backup on there, and it's not going to hurt, it's not going to do anything negative. And that just turns the relay on when the key goes on. So now I'm going to wire it up. And it's starting to get a little late here. Like I said, I took my sweet time, listened to some Manu Chao, and just chilled. And I feel very confident now that this is a solid circuit that's going to be absolutely clean. I'm going to go and clean the little terminals, pull the coils out, clean the connection points on the coils, and the next cut should be everything in on the bike. Okay, so another 2 hours has gone by. Wanted to wire this thing perfectly, so let's do a little rundown of what's going on here. Okay, here's our relay. Hold on, is the sunlight too... Is that better? Okay, here's our relay right here. We've got our blue wire goes to ground. We've got our red and yellow fused wire as power. Then we've got our green wire coming up here, splits into these two, which feed the two coils. And we got that little guy right down in there. He's all ninja'd in, and that's what comes up from the Dyna 2. And that's the Yodi. That is the Yodi. Is Yodi gonna help? Is he gonna help? Is he gonna make sure it's getting 12 volts? Whatever, Yodi, don't give me the death stare. And then we've got the fourth one, which is the this guy, the double plug, which just turns the relay on when we switch this on. So let's switch this on here. Okay, now I just put the ground on this meter, and let's see what we're getting. Let's see if this mod, okay, now we're just gonna put this straight to the positive on the coil. And would you look at that? 11.68. That is awesome. Okay, other side. 11.36. Fantastic. And the bike isn't on. So now, oh, that's wonderful. So now, okay, it was getting like 9. I don't remember what it was, but it was like 9 point something, maybe 10, and the other was the same. So now it's getting closer to 12 volts. Hopefully it burns a little hotter. I am absolutely beat right now, super sweaty. The back injury is back just from hovering over the bike for the last 2 hours. I'm gonna take my time once again and put the bike back together. I don't think we're gonna go for a ride today, but I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I think maybe tomorrow we'll go for a low cruise. I'm gonna try to edit this video tonight and get it rolling. Well, if it isn't dark, maybe the next cut will be one last little startup. Alright, peace out. Alright, tribe, got her back together. Last take in this video here. The question is, will she start? I mean, I'm sure the bike will start, but bone cold right now. Haven't done nothing, haven't turned it on. Usually I have to turn the choke on. I haven't done nothing, I haven't primed the throttle, I haven't done anything. So I'm just gonna, I just turned the fuel on a minute ago. Just gonna give it about 3 twists. 1, 2, 3. Turn her on and let's see how long it takes to start in relation to how it was with the 9-volt coils. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Oh wow, she started right up. Oh, what was that little sputter? What's that? What's that? What's that? Okay, I'm gonna bring her up to operating temperature and then give her a couple of cracks on the throttle, and we'll be back in a second here. Alright, she should be at operating temperature right now. Alright, couple little puffs when I just started it, but it hasn't done that since. I don't know what that was. Maybe it's just old crap in the chamber that was unburnt. I don't know. But look at the throttle response. Pretty damn good. Alright, tomorrow we'll take her for a short ride. Just riding the whole time, and we'll come back and we'll pull the plugs and we'll see if this 12-volt mod to the coils has done anything. But the bike started up amazingly different. It started up with a lot more punch, a little more ooh la la, and I don't know if it's placebo effect, but it sounds pretty snappy right now. Sounds pretty good, not backfiring or anything. And look, no smoke. No smoke. Is she fine? I don't know. We'll see tomorrow. Catch you later.